Okay, this is another lovely comment that was left that I would love to talk on. You know what? I did consider these things prior to having children, but you know what happened? Okay. I met my husband, and on our first date, I fell madly in love with him, like head over heels. And I said to myself, I'm going to marry this man. And that's what I did, right? I loved him so much that I wanted mini humans with him, okay? So I had my first mini human. That was my eldest. She's 8. And we lived in a smaller house with a much smaller mortgage, like 1/3 of what we're paying right now. And childcare, well, this was back in 2018, 2019, was half of the cost that I'm paying now, okay? So based off that, I was like, great, we can have 1, maybe 2 more kids. And so we decided to move because interest rates were okay at the time, and we're like, you know what, we can afford a slightly bigger mortgage. Like, we've got this. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say the interest rates have been at an all-time low, and to have them at 2-3% was unheard of because previously they had them at 17%. But we didn't think about that. Honestly, we did not think about that. It might be a millennial thing, it might be a me thing, but I try to just focus on my situation and my here and now, and I look in the future, but I don't accommodate for inflation and for price increases. So yeah, then we had another kid, we moved, and then all the interest rates went up, okay? And then I just was in this beautiful oxytocin bubble, and I was like, you know what, I want a third. And I worked hard to get that third because my husband was like, no, we're not having a third. We can't afford it. And I sat down and I did a budget, and I said, no, we can make this work, secretly knowing that it was going to be tight. But I assumed that having 2 degrees myself, a semi-good paying government job, and my husband owning his own business would be enough money to look after all these little people. And when I say all these little people, it's just 3. It's not like we're a family of 5 to 8, you know, which is quite common in the area that I live in. So yeah, long answer short, yes, I did think about that, but what do you do? And can I just also say, like, this comment isn't super helpful because I already have the 3 children. You know, I've received similar comments saying, you know, 3 kids is optional, or if you can't afford kids, don't have them. I get it. I get what you're saying, but I already have the kids. They're already here. I can't send them back. I didn't keep my receipt. And I'm pretty sure God doesn't do returns. So we're stuck, aren't we?